and that's our baseline. If we start it with nothing, we can build it into something, right? So I don't mean to say this is like everything is worthless. There's no point in being alive. I mean that's kind of how it comes off, but it's very much not the direction. We start at this point. We give life meaning, and it could be as simple as I like pizza. I think of her as like I like pizza, so I'm gonna eat more of it, kind of thing. We just we don't have to torture ourselves. We can enjoy. The part of this thing is to enjoy life, right? You're given this opportunity, and it shouldn't be. There's hard stuff about it, but it shouldn't be torturous. I mean, people get on here and talk about, not here specifically, but a lot of people talk about purpose, and how it's like divinely, thrusted upon you, or like given to you, that you were put on this earth for this one thing. And I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I think there are things that we get enjoyment out of, and that's where that should drive our life direction, right? That's where we should go. Ideally, we find something that we enjoy doing, that fulfills us in some form, in some way, and we take that to the moon, right? But this idea that we're here for one reason and one reason only, and that's all. I think it like that may not look. That could be. I think more it's like a direction, right? So what you get from that could be carried by something else, if that makes sense. It's like, do you think that an athlete would only play the certain sport? Or could you argue that in a different capacity, they just love to compete? They have that drive and that determination. So it works for them in that sense. And that's pretty much all that I wanted to say, I think. I think it's really easy to get wrapped up in trying to make sense of it all. I remembered. Making sense of it all, and then we're asking, and we can expand on that to ask the bigger question. When we talk about purpose and bigger picture, like meaning, life has no meaning. But I've been thinking, if we figured out, if we somehow figured out what life really meant, why are we existing, is that really worth it? So we're spending all this time trying to understand why we're here, what is our purpose, like grand stuff, like why are we on a spinning rock in space? What is, like, as humanity, like what is our overall, like, humanity's purpose? And I think I don't have an answer, and I don't know if we should really look for an answer. Because say we do find out, and it's just not favorable. Like, we find out that we are, in fact, this is just an idea. And obviously you could say, well, what if it is really good? If it's not like we're in a simulation. And then it just feels like living is hollow now, because we know that some other person decides what our choices are. Versus, like, ignorance is bliss. If we know, like, if we don't think, if we just live, if our purpose in life is to just live, then that's it, you can enjoy the stuff you want to enjoy. You just experience life, and you're not worried about, oh, I'm not doing enough. I'm not making, like, I'm not trying to find the answer. I think the answer in this case is in the work that you're doing, in the life that you're living. That's where your purpose lies, or that's where your meaning lies. I think that makes the most sense. And that's kind of all I have to say. I don't know if that means anything to somebody or not. If someone kind of gets what I'm saying, but that's the long and short of it. Thank you for sticking around.